Hi everybody, I'm Towera from Oscha Slings. I'm one of the designers here. Don't panic, Hannah is still with us this week. She'll be along shortly to talk to you about our new scarves for this week. And I will start off and speak about the wraps. So I wonder if I could ask anyone who's joined already to share the link for this into the clan, please. And let me know when you've done that, and we'll just wait for a few more people to join before we get going. So this week we have been all looking forward to the new Rings of Power series, and I wondered if any of you have plans to watch it. We found that there was an event going on in Edinburgh with a screening at one of the cinemas, but we were too slow to get tickets. So do any of you have any watch parties planned? Are you going to get together with friends? Are you not so bothered? What are your expectations? Do you think it's going to be okay? I'm not acquainted with the Middle-earth world in detail, but I'm quite looking forward to watching it and seeing what it's like. So for a layperson, yeah, I plan on watching it and hopefully having some ideas about designs. Okay. Just waiting for a few more people to join. Like I said, if somebody could let me know when the link's been shared into the clan, that would be really helpful. Thank you. So we've got 3 slings to show you today, and 3 scarves as well. And so I will start off with our slings, and maybe you saw earlier last week Hannah showed a little sneak peek of one of the slings, so that should give you a taste for what's coming up. Sarah says, hi from Colorado. Hello Sarah, thanks for joining us. Hi. Where else is everybody joining from? That's always really interesting to see. Thanks, a few familiar names showing. That's great. Hi, so, oh wow, hi from Puerto Rico, hi. Wow, that's a long way away. Oh, thanks Victoria, thank you for sharing the link, that's brilliant. Okay, right, I will get started. So the first sling I want to show you today is our new Rings of Power Ithildin. So there we go, this is 100% organic combed cotton. And as you can see, the Rings of Power pattern has had a bit of an update. It's obviously smaller rings than on the original design. So this is not replacing the pattern, but just giving it a bit of a variation, and we thought this would be a really lovely way to play with it and just allude to the many rings that are part of the set of 19 that were forged, and then obviously the one ring that rules them all. So last week I went into quite a bit of detail about the design and the symbolism of all these different symbols. So we've got the elven rings and the dwarf rings, the 7 dwarf rings here, and then the 9 rings of mortal men. So I won't go into too much detail about that today, but as mentioned previously, there is a really lovely blog post on our website, so if you fancy getting really into the detail and knowing what it's all about and understanding what the quotes are written in the Sindarin script there, then I encourage you to go and have a look at that. So the scale change, I think, I'll just pop this on while I'm sort of chatting through it. Sorry, just behind the scenes chat there, excuse us. So the scale change, as you'll notice, is quite a nice way of playing with the pattern if you prefer to wrap more of an all-over print rather than a placement pattern, because I know those can be challenging. I myself am not quite as sure of myself with placement patterns, so this one is a bit more forgiving, I guess, in the placement as to where you wrap baby and what part of the wrap you have showing. You'll get a really good view of the design in most positions. So I'll just get a hold of baby. Here we go. So like I said, this is our 100% organic combed cotton, which comes in at our standard around 281 GSM. So very much like many of our other cotton wraps, this is going to be, it's really soft now, it will get softer, and it's a brilliant wrap for starting out. If you're new to wrapping, have a brand new baby, this is going to give you lots of many months of wrapping, I think, because it will go through to early toddlerhood at least, and longer in multi-layer carries. The 100% cotton wraps tend to be workhorses, so always a good one to have. Easy care, of course. Just do a bit of a tighten there. So just going for a front wrap cross carry, but you can see how you can get a really nice showing of the design across baby's back. You're not cutting off any of the rings as you wrap. So this is lovely with smaller babies where the bigger motif might not be quite, might just be a little big over their backs, depending on what you prefer. So this also handles really nicely. It's quite easy to knot and tie. So there, so you can see just the simple monochrome colouring as well is going to make this really easy to wear for anybody really. I think any occasion it can be dressed up or down, and yeah, it's going to show off that pattern. I'll just have a look for a moment and see if any of you have any questions. Hi Denise. Hi, Denise is watching from Austria. Hi Leanne, Midwestern US, yay! Do you know what the Rings of Power placement will be on the Alia bags? Yes, that will be shown in the listing. So we do have an image that mocks that up, and I will see whether, I'm not sure if we share that before we go live, but we can find that and one of us will get back to you on that one. Skylark says the scale change is cool. I'm glad you think so. Yeah, I think it really adds something when you can see all of the three emblems together so easily. I think it will be a lovely scale for the accessories, so for scarves and the bags, especially, where you can just get a sense of the whole pattern in there and make sure you're picking up on all that lovely detail. So that's Rings of Power Ithilden. Here we go. So I'll just pop this off. Any other questions, please let me know. Down for a minute. So the second wrap we have for you today is, hi Helen from North Cumbria, hello, nice to see familiar faces always. So the second wrap we have for you today is this beauty. This is Rings of Power Into the Flame. So for those of you who are familiar with our yarns, this is our 2-ply confetti shantung tussa. So it is just, it feels like a bit of luxury you can wrap around yourself and your baby. It's got these lovely flame coloured flecks going all the way through the fabric and through that beautiful colourway on our new autumnal wood warp. So the colours in this wrap were inspired by evening walks in the autumn and the way the sunlight sort of just dapples the ground and picks up the changing colours of the leaves on the forest floor. So it grades from this kind of deep red magenta at the top through an almost fuchsia pink in the middle, and then into kind of forest green and olive colour, and then a deeper greeny brown at the bottom. is this the same tussa used on the hot chocolate and coffee beans PO? In terms of thickness, I think yes, it will be. I would have to check on the colour of that. That was actually during my maternity leave, so it's not one I'm as familiar with. But Catherine, I will get back to you on that. Is it the same tussa that's in Rohan Final Stand, says Sarah. Yes, I think it's definitely the same type of tussa. What I would have to check is whether those were 2-ply and 1-ply, and off the top of my head, I don't exactly know. There are also several colours of tussa that are quite similar, so it may well look like something that's been used before, but I'll get back to you on those questions after this. So I'll just pop this on, so we get that nicely in the middle. So you can just see those flame colours. I'll just show you the back while I'm wrapping this. I think this is just amazing. It really looks like fire, which I think is going to be great as a contrast with the face of the fabric as you're wearing it. Long tails or ring slings will look amazing in it. So make the most of that reverse side of the fabric and showing off the yarn texture. Pull that up there. Catherine says, coffee beans was 2-ply, thank you for the confirmation. I think I prefer the back. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? It really looks amazing. I think this is definitely a wrap that you could enjoy on both sides. I think it's just got that amazing shimmer, and with the way the warp colours peek through on the back coming through the weft, I think it's stunning. So yes, hopefully many of you agree. Just get that on, so as you can see, that's the kind of placement with this original Rings of Power pattern over baby's back. So Denise says, me too, amazing how the pattern pops. Yeah, sometimes you just get a colourway that suits a pattern really well and almost makes you look at it in a new way. It almost becomes a new pattern, and I think this is one. I think it suits the theme and the motif so well. Oops. Tightened those cross passes in the wrong order. Apologies for that. Danielle says, Fangorn would look good in these colours. Yeah, I think anything with a kind of earthy, foresty, landscapey but more foresty kind of feel definitely would look good in these kind of earth tones. So that's that there. And so this is 50% BCI organic combed cotton and 50% the confetti shantung tussa silk, and that weighs in at 326 GSM, so it's a good bit heavier, but as the silk lovers will know, it handles really quite easily. It's nice and grippy, and it will just get softer and softer with use, and it's a really toddler worthy strength of wrap, so you should get a lot of mileage out of one of these. So once it's broken in and softened up, it's great for newborns, and it will see you all the way through to toddler or even preschool age, depending on how long you carry. So this one we're really excited about. There we go. So the third wrap I'm going to show you. Oh, Helen, did I miss any info on the launch of the PO tonight? Can't wait to see the names. No, Helen, you didn't. I am going to chat through some of the yarns in a little bit. I have a few swatches to show you, so yes, stick around for that. Just take this off. So our third wrap is, again, one of our really popular patterns, Realm of Middle Earth, recently renamed. So this one is lovely. It uses a new yarn for us. So it's a viscose linen blended yarn. And I think the yarn type is a flamed yarn. So I'll show you more of that in a minute. But it just describes the way the yarn is spun and how the fibres kind of sit within the strand. So this is 62% BCI organic combed cotton, 27% viscose and 11% linen. As you can see, that comes up really quite nice and thin in hand. It's about 263 GSM, so it handles really well, but of course with linen it's going to be really strong, as well as having some extra cush added from the viscose, so should be comfortable for longer wearing and multi-layer carries with bigger kids too, as well as for newborns, because it's so nice and lightweight and going to be really breathable as well. So pop this on. Oops. So you can just see those colours shimmering there with the linen coming through. There's any questions before I wrap. Kalisha says, oh, that looks so soft and drapey. It really is. It's got a really lovely kind of weight to it as you handle it. It just, yeah, you can feel how moldable it's going to be. And let me show you the back, because again, this wrap I think has had all sides thoroughly considered. There we go. So the reverse side of this, I think, just has the most amazing shimmer. So the yarn, in the combination of two different colours in the two different fibres, has this kind of melange effect that runs across the warp. So I'm not sure this video is doing it anywhere near justice, but it really has a lovely shine, and I think if you're, you know, outside in daylight, or even choose to wrap with that side, I think it will, although with the text you may not want to, but for example in different carries or with a ring sling, I think that's going to pick up those shades really nicely. So I'll just pop this on quickly here and then talk through, just show you a little bit of the yarn. So this is going on so nice and easily over baby there, really easy to handle. Just get that tightened up here. There we go. So yeah, that feels really easy to control and get a good grip on the tightening of it. So I think for anybody who is new to wrapping, this is going to be a really lovely one to start with. It does have the linen in it, which can often be a bit on the crunchy side and need a bit of breaking in, but because it's a viscose blend and actually not a lot of linen, you get the benefit of the strength of that fibre without the need for a lot of breaking in. So that makes it a good middle ground. So there, it just drapes so nicely there. So the yarn, I promised you, so this is a little swatch I pulled out. So you can see the colours are kind of giving that melange effect along the length. And if we look closely, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see this, but a flamed yarn usually is a slightly looser core of fibres, wrapped around with a thinner strand, either of the same yarn or a different one. So in this case, the white is the viscose core and the red is the linen wrapping around that to create that lovely colour. And because the viscose is that kind of looser twist, you get almost like, not quite a slub effect, but a sort of a regular effect, which gives you the melange look through the fabric. So that was the yarn geekery for today. Oh, hi Marta, nice to see you. Just checking if any of you have any further questions before I... Victoria says, sounds like a really lovely blend. Well, of course, I'm going to say yes, but it really does, especially after wrapping with the cotton and then the tussa, there's really a contrast between the three blends. So I'm definitely noticing where this one was just so easy to tighten up and has really molded really beautifully around baby. So it feels really secure. The knot feels like it's not going anywhere. So yeah, I think that together with the drape make this a really lovely wrap to work with. So I promised you a bit of a look at the yarns for the pre-order we have coming up. So I think Kalisha is watching. So her mood board, Gilded Plum, won our August pre-order slot. So we decided to do our regular pre-order with a bit of a difference this time, and asked for customer mood board submissions. And of the many we had, it was so difficult. Oh, hi Kalisha, yay! Oh, it's looking so lovely, these fabrics. Out of the many we had, it was very hard, but we got them narrowed down to 10 here in the office, and then all of you voted and chose the Gilded Plum. Hi Tracy, Tracy has tuned in, as she promised. So I've just got a few of the wefts here to show you today. What I didn't manage to do was write down all of the fabrics and the names, but a little selection of the wefts just to show you what's coming up. So warp first. We've got this lovely three-coloured warp, so it'll be a mirrored warp with this lighter colour in the middle. So if I remember rightly, it's crown jewel, plum and magenta purple. So that's in our usual BCI organic combed cotton. And that's just going to be a lovely, rich, deep colour. And then contrasting with that, oh, I'm not sure you're going to get the colours of this. So we've got this cash wool in, it's a pale pink colour, and I'm not sure that's picking that up. That's looking quite white on my screen. And then this tulle coloured hemp, so those are alternating, and there are two patterns using that. And then up here we have this beautiful gold piece silk, so that's its natural colour that comes from the diet of the silkworms that make it. Fig leaves, I think, is what they eat, so that gives it that lovely red colour. And then alternating with that, we have this tussa, which is sort of a cream with kind of light brown flecks through it, so it's very subtle, but I think the two together are just going to be stunning because they both have this sort of slub effect, and the texture is going to be I think something really lovely and really special. And then up here we've got this barrette silk. The name of the colour slips my mind just for a moment there, but it's this kind of almost charcoaly blue with flecks through it. So it's the same as was used on the festival warp on the Oakenshield Dwarf King. So if you need a reference for that yarn. There is also a pattern that uses just the piece silk on its own, and there's another one that uses an artisan gold coloured linen, so really kind of making the most of that gilded plum theme. Graphite blue, thank you Catherine. Yeah, when I don't have the notes to look up right next to me. Yeah, the barrette is, sorry, I said something different. It is the silk barrette. Sorry about that. Tussa is lighter than swatch. Yes, so that can be a bit difficult. Also, just a note on the colours you're seeing here. It shows you maybe fairly well how they'll look together, but actually for colour, my lighting here is also different to what we would have had when photographing the warp yarn or weft yarn samples. So do bear that in mind if you're now going back to look at the mock-ups and any photographs that you've been shown in the group. So for anyone who isn't in the Oscha Slings official pre-order group, I encourage you to head over there and go and see what's going on. Orders will open today at 4 p.m, so very soon. So do go along and get involved if you like the look of any of these. And I think that is it from me. So thank you very much everybody for tuning in. I will hand over to Hannah and I will see you next week, I think, for a few accessory releases. And speak to you then. Okay.
Yes, hello everybody.
Thanks, Hannah. I'll see you later.
Thank you, Towera, that's brilliant. Hi everyone, how are you all? Lovely to see you. I hope you enjoyed seeing all of those amazing Middle-earth releases that are coming up this week. So this was kind of the finale of our Middle-earth collection for the celebration of the launch of the series on Friday. So it was lovely to hear all about the different yarns and the brand new autumnal wood warp, which we will have some items coming on in mainline patterns too soon. I think there's 3 of those. So and they'll be coming in a couple of weeks time. So I will be able to show you more of that then. Hello everybody, hello Kirsten and Denise, Rosie, hi there, hi Catherine and Helen, Miriam. Oh, lovely to have you all join us today. So as you'll see, I am wearing a brand new Sao scarf, which I'm really excited to show you about this afternoon, because we know we all love our Saos, and it's pretty special when they arrive in the building and we get to test them all out in their lovely shimmer. So for those of you who didn't see my little sneak peek exclusive last week during Secret Stash Happy Hour, I'm here to show you everything we have coming in our Middle-earth collection. So we'll start with the Rings of Power. So as Towera mentioned earlier, this new layout of the design is a really brilliant way to kind of show off the design in an accessory or maybe with a smaller baby, or just a slightly different variation so that you can see more of the pattern, more of the repeat there across the design. So you've got the 3 rings and then repeated 3 times across the warp. So this crimson Sao scarf warp is if you'll cast your mind back, gosh, maybe 6 months or more, we asked you what colour of Sao would you love to see coming into the autumn, and of course the reds won the top of that poll. So we developed this beautiful crimson warp, which goes from almost like a kind of lovely rich burgundy at the bottom and up through a kind of mid-red in the middle section there, and then almost like a pillar box red at the top. But what I would say, and what you'll see, is that because it's such a fine yarn, you'll see that there's the colour of the weft really impacts on the entire kind of feel or colour of the entire scarf. So this one, I think it almost looks like kind of molten silver coming through that warp, and as you move the fabric you see that kind of shimmer really come through. So it's that's the ultimate shine, I guess. And what's also really special about this one is that it is our Shap silk weft. So this beautiful silver tone here is a Shap silk. So it's 47% Shap silk on this one with 53% Mako Egyptian Mako cotton. So it's a really lovely luxurious scarf in every way, and you will see that our scarves have the classic fringing at the end. I'll show you the back of this one too. And then they do come in, all of them will come in the infinity loop, which I'm wearing at the moment, and I'll show you the cowl next. So that's the infinity loop, which kind of is a little bit more cozy and gives you that little bit extra bulk for keeping you warmer in the seasons to changing seasons to come. So I'm just going to check to see what other comments there are here. Catherine's saying, look at the shine. I know, it's incredible, isn't it? And thank you, Sarah. Yes, I'm doing well at the moment. I'm doing lots of training with our team here, and we have been getting all prepared for my maternity leave next month. So yes, Ali says the bottom of the shade reminds me a little of a Night Tropics pink. Yes, I guess it probably does look a bit like that. When it's combined probably with the silver, you do get that kind of sense. Hi there, Laura, don't worry, you haven't missed too much. You can always go back and look at and watch the wrap reviews that Towera gave us earlier in the video. And yes, Denise, I have matched my lip colour with the scarf, of course. Okay, so Victoria is asking, will there be any mainline pattern sales on the red? Yes, there will be. So next week we will be releasing 3 mainline patterns on the same warp, and I think we probably have used the same wefts across those, although I can't quite remember. But Towera will be back online next Monday to show you those. And yes, lots of comments on the shimmer, and yeah, the infinity looks are amazing, aren't they? Jess, yes, I feel like that might be a little bit of a jokey comment, that your wallet's safe with the red. And oh, Ali, I see. Okay, you were saying it's similar to the golden plum. Oh, on the bottom. Yes, I think it's got slightly more red in it, but yeah, there's more purpley going on with the golden plum. So that's good. Ah, Gretchen's saying, yes, I love a black weft on the sails. Okay, I'm going to be showing you that next, so that is great. And Linda's mentioned a gold shap on this warp would be delicious. It would be lovely, wouldn't it? Although, mind you, I think we've gone for the gold, but in the cotton, which is also really beautiful. I can't wait to show you that one. So I'll take this off just now because I'm going to show you the cowl next, and I'll pop that one on because it's nice to see the scale. So this is the Rohan Rain. So this has our black weft. So as you can see, it kind of brings out the reds. It almost kind of deepens them. It almost kind of darkens the red there and kind of makes it a little bit more true, probably, to what the yarn is, without any weft colours whatsoever. So the Rohan is just such a stunning pattern along this colourway as well. I think it's very regal. And you see that kind of slightly more, yes, burgundy plummy colour at the bottom, and then up through to this lovely bright red at the top. So I'll show you the scarf on. So as I've mentioned, all of these are the sale scarves, so they are around 101 GSM, so they're very nice and thin and lightweight, which means you can wear them all year round. And they've been woven with our super luxurious long staple mercerized Egyptian macro cotton warp. So that's where you're getting the lovely shimmer from, the lightness from as well. So there's lots of love for this one. So the weft of this one is also the Mako cotton, so it's 100% Mako cotton for this one, and I see there's a price for asking about the price for the Rohan. So for a scarf it's £59 ex VAT for this. As I mentioned, the Mako cotton's a really lovely, luxurious, long staple, high quality yarn, and the Rings of Power, of course, with that silk blend is 85 X that for this. And that's for the scarf, but of course if you go for the loop or the cowl, then it will be a bit less than that. It sounds like there's lots of love for the Rohan. So Jess is asking, if hypothetically we place 2 orders, can they be combined? What do you mean combined? If you place 2 orders for... Clarify what you mean and I will... Yes, if you place 2 orders, we'll send them in one package, but I feel like that's not what you're asking. Jess says that black weft is everything. So Danielle's asking, will Rohan pull? So no, the way that the sails are woven, although they're very lightweight and they're extremely kind of light and fluid, they won't pull the way they've been woven. It's a very kind of strong weave, so you don't have to worry about that. But of course you need to be a little bit careful, as with any woven fabric that you would be wearing. It's a slightly tighter weave that we've used for these ones as well. So, but again, you're still getting that real nice lightweight 101. So yeah, so let's have a wee look. Oh, Kalisha's saying, why did I buy a green coat for this winter? Red and green, isn't that great? Especially around Christmas time. Jess says, I fainted. And yeah, Kirsten's saying, never a big fan of the Rohan pattern, but this just changed my mind. It is really beautiful. And here I've got the cowl, which I'll put on next. So that's your cowl, all the same width, but a nice slim design, which looks like a lovely accessory. Lots of love for the Rohan with the black. And indeed, Sarah, it is such a moody Rohan. Great. Okay, so I'm going to take the scarf off and pop the cowl on so that you can see what that's like. And we always love, I know that you always love a cowl, and I love it too, for almost like an accessory, a year-round accessory. So of course, if you are getting into a slight change of season, then wearing a cowl for just for a little bit of extra warmth, of course, but it does just look really nice as a wee accessory, which you can wear at any time. So that's the cowl on. Let's see. Okay, so Jess, you're saying you don't want to pay for shipping twice. Oh, I see what you mean. So do you mean for the releases next week as well as this week? That's a good question, actually. It's probably not going to be possible, mind you, but we can have a look and see if there's anything that we can do. Let's see. Yes, some of you are agreeing that you can, red and green will make each other pop. I guess it depends how vibrant you want to be. Yes, and how limited will these be? Hopefully not fast fingers. So there is about 50 or so of each scarf, so they probably are fairly limited overall. But yeah, again, it just depends. Yeah, it depends how many of you fancy one, I suppose. Gretchen has said, oh, these are lovely, but bring on those main lines next week. I can't wait to see what patterns are on it. Yes, maybe you're more of a mainline fan, Gretchen. Yes, so about 50 or so of each one across scarves, cowls and loops is what we have brought in this time. Lovely. Lots of asking for friends. That's funny. Okay, great. All right, so I want to show you the last one, which is the tree of Gondor. Oops, it's on here. And this one is Trees of Gondor Cormallen. And so it has this beautiful rich gold, almost like a kind of antique gold, weft in the Mako cotton. And the tree design is really special because you have, whichever way up you decide to wear it, you will either have that lovely bright red at the top, as you can see here with those beautiful antique gold weft, and then if you want to highlight this side, then you can see that there with a slightly darker tone. Now I want to show you, I'll take this one off just now because I think this would be lovely to show as an example of a shawl perhaps. So you could wear this one as a shawl, which would be really, really gorgeous for an event. If you wanted to glam something up, especially, dare I say it, Christmas time, oh my goodness, should I even say that word at the moment? But you know, we're all thinking it, so. Yes, the gold, Catherine says that gold is everything. It is super gorgeous, isn't it? And yeah, it's really lovely. So you've got the gold, the black and the silver, which we felt were just the most elegant choices to be combined with the red warp. So yes, and lots of love for the trees and the gold as well. It's beautiful, lovely. And Kalisha would like to see the reverse. Of course you can. So the reverse is a little bit like liquid gold actually when you see it. Wow. So that's really pretty. Depending on how you want to tie your scarf, you could kind of show off a fair bit of the back of the scarf as well, couldn't you? And again, you have that lovely shimmer from the amazing Mako cotton there. Yes. Kerry says, stop, I can't buy them all. And Freya says, only 118 days left till Christmas. Yeah, you're my kind of person. And oh Sarah, that sounds, yes, you've got 2 kids' birthdays and Disney trip before Christmas. Okay, so you need to focus on those things first, and then you can hide away one of these for Christmas time. Okay, gorgeous. And Becca says these will go great with the wraps from the Vineyards pre-order, which I completely agree. I mean, you know, they I guess the red warp was inspired by the Vineyards warp. You can see a lovely resemblance there. But yes, the reds are, that was going to be lovely coming up for Christmas time. Lovely. Okay, so we have the 3 different scarves, and we have the 3 wraps that Towera showed you earlier in the video, and the scarves will all be ready-made, ready for purchase on the website at 7:30 on Wednesday evening at BST time, British Summer Time. And I will also be doing a special interview with a lady who has I guess Instagram and Twitter account, a YouTube account called Tea with Tolkien, and she had just told me today that she has seen a special screening of the series. So we're going to be able to ask her questions about her, anything that we can basically, and she's also met the cast of met quite a few of the cast members. She's been to luncheon for the start of the series. So if you have got any questions for her at all, then do save them up or pop them in the comments. We'll put in the Secret Stash thread, and we'll get to those and we'll ask her those live on Wednesday at 7 o'clock. So we're going to do a little interview with her at 7 o'clock, and then we'll do the releases at 7:30, and of course there'll be another Middle Earth extravaganza. There'll be giveaways and fun things happening throughout Secret Stash Happy Hour as well, so you can join us then. And all of the wraps that Towera showed you will be available for made to order as well as ready-made items too. And of course, the pre-order opens today in like 5 minutes. So if you're excited about the Gilded Plum pre-order, then that one's opening up, so you can check everything out there. So before we finish up, I'm just going to check on any more comments. Sounds like there's lots of excitement for Christmas things, eating gingerbread and everything. So Becky says, what are the mystery items talked about for the Secret Stash Happy Hour this week? Mystery items. I feel like that's a mystery to me as well. So I am going to check with Adele and see if we can give you any clues. Although, mind you, because they're called mystery items, they probably do need to wait till Secret Stash to find out. Lovely. Okay. Lots of talk about Christmas. I'm sorry I brought that topic up. Yes, Gretchen, excited about the purple Stella coming to her, indeed. And yes, Stephanie is asking, is there a chance of new throws for fall? Yes, there is. We've been really enjoying our accessories designing this last sort of 4 to 6 months. So there will be new throws coming soon in the next couple of months. So yeah, look out for those. And Ali says, did you save any sales for release in Christmas patterns? So there will be more sales down the line closer to Christmas. I mean, there's still 118 days to go, so there's plenty of time for Christmas sales later. But we're not saving anything back from this red warp, is what I would say. So if you like the red, you should go for them now. Will you be ordering from the new pre-order for your little one? Oh, that's a nice question, Becky. I'm going to have a really good look at all the mock-ups and have a little consider with the different yarns. I was listening in there to what Towera was saying, and there sounds like some really gorgeous options, so I will definitely be considering it. It's Gretchen, you might be right. Okay, yes, of course there'll be some Middle-earth throws and some mainline throws as well. Victoria says, I missed the last live, so sorry if you said already, but will we get to see your specially made wrap for your little one? So excited to see what you chose. Yes, you will get to see it, but I think I'll probably wait until they arrive and then I can show you maybe in the clan once they arrive safe and sound, and I can wrap them up in it and then I can show you once I'm ready. That would be nice, and there'll be a few extra as well, which we hope to sell during one of our Secret Stash Happy Hours. So Sarah says, yes, new throws, please consider a night and a day Hobbit quest throw. Oh, that's interesting. I would buy one of each. I cannot go for one with original pattern because of the upside down. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, I get it. Although, yes, that's an interesting idea. We'll take that on on board. Okay, everybody. Well, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon, and we look forward to chatting with you again this time next week, where we'll have the mainline patterns on the red sales, and I look forward to chatting with you all, or those of you who can make it, on Wednesday at 7 o'clock BST. Thanks everyone, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye!